I think the only government that is brave enough to look at a project and evaluate a project and reject a project if it's not good is our Harapan government in Selangor. We have done it before. And we're not afraid to do it. We're not afraid to stand up and say that if something is not right, out it goes. So we've also made it clear, and being a government, these are the parameters in which we're going to process unsolicited proposals. Companies will keep bringing ideas, and PJD Link isn't the only highway suggestion that has come up in the Klang Valley, and so whenever these things come up, Selangor has a flowchart to deal with it. Selangor has a process. They need to go get the federal approval. They also need to get their EIA, TIA, SIA sorted out, and then they need to bring this to the state government, and the state government will evaluate it. We're not afraid to reject it if it's bad. And the thing is, this highway, while it has been in the news for quite some time, this highway initiator, the company, has not met their own deadlines. And until today, they have not brought this up to us. So yes, they have submitted their reports to the federal agencies that are overseeing the traffic and environmental and social impact assessment. I'm not sure what's going on between them and those federal agencies in terms of evaluating their submissions. I'm sure they would have comments and whatnot. And one day, if they decide to proceed further, they will have to bring this to the state, and the state will look through it with a fine comb. As we did with KIDEX 1.0, we evaluated, we questioned and questioned and questioned. We understood the traffic impact and what it was going to do. And when with KIDEX 1.0, when it showed that it was not helping the PJ traffic, it was not going to alleviate the traffic jams that we do face in PJ, the Selangor government was not afraid to say no, and we have said no. And the MB has also said that if this highway is similar to KIDEX, now they have not come back to us, right, with the second submission. They've talked about it a lot, but they've not brought it back to the Selangor government. But if it's what they bring back does not change, does not solve traffic problems, and they bring back basically a repackaged KIDEX, Selangor government has no problem rejecting it. We will evaluate it, not re-evaluate it. We will evaluate it when they come. As we said it for the last 2 years. When they come, if they come, the state government will evaluate it. Okay. So they need to sort up their stuff, but when they finally bring the traffic impact assessment, environmental and social impact assessments to the state will evaluate it.
Okay. Another question is, when you go down campaigning, right? When you go down to meet the people, walk around and all that.
All right.
We are sure that quite a number of voters are going to come up to you and ask you, what are you going to do for us for PJD Link?
Actually, what I've just explained to you is what I've explained to a lot of PJ residents. Small groups, big groups. I've explained this a lot. I don't ever shy away from addressing this question. All right. So a lot of residents meet up here in my office. We meet up at their place. And I've answered this. I've been very consistent. Selangor government has been very consistent, and I've been very consistent on our position. And I will continue to explain this to people. And in fact, a lot of PJ residents do understand this position, and they do respect the process. And it's something that, as I'm needed to, I will keep explaining.
Okay. Is it safe to say that even during the campaigning period, anyone questions you about PJD Link, you will continue to answer and keep that?
Like you said, as I walk about, I'm not going to shy away from walkabouts. And if I walk about and people ask me, I will